Hey healers. What up, healers? Drop your city, drop your zodiac sign. What's up? Hey y'all. Let me pin a comment. Drop your city. Drop your zodiac sign. Where you at? Who you with? Where you at? Who you with? Hey. We got a Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon in New Jersey. Hey. Hi, beauty. Hey, hola. We're talking about Maiden, Mother, Crone. Maiden, Mother, Crone. Hi, babe. Hey. I'm giving Crone vibes today. I'm very much in a death phase, and I just wanted to go live and talk about it with you guys because I feel like society shuns death and shuns aging. And hopefully the connection is all right because I switched from the Wi-Fi because it was too far. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey y'all. Yeah, so back to the topic. It's always seen as such a bad thing to get older, but the crazy thing about it is, as far as looks go, like, there's a lot of lifestyle modifications where you can stay looking young. And then the thing that is really interesting that I was thinking about today, and I'm just bumming it today, I wanted to be comfy today. I knew exactly what outfit I wanted to put on when I got out of my bath, and I knew I didn't want to do anything with makeup or anything. Because I just wanted to embrace this and relish in it. And I feel like part of that feeling of needing to be on all the time, or feeling like we can't show up and be seen if it's a repeat outfit or if we don't have makeup on, is so restrictive to the feminine energy. Because the feminine energy really needs to flow through Maiden, Mother, Crone. We can't just be in Maiden and Mother all the time. People love us to be in Maiden, Mother, but they hate when we're in Crone. Being in Crone is almost like being a baby, because you make yourself, it's like you essentially in Crone is before baby. Before you become a baby, you die. But both in the Crone phase and in the baby phase, you're essentially useless, basically. You're not necessarily helpless, although in some cases, yeah. But you exist for your own gratification. Or you should. In a healthy existence, you should be existing just for your own gratification in those stages. And so I think that's why, so many older people just don't give a fuck. They'll say whatever. They have lost their fucks to give. They have lost their fucks to give. Because it just ain't worth it. And then they become so light. They lighter, and they just they die and turn back into a baby again, because they just become so light. And so it's important to remember that we can't get to that light phase of just feeling like free and childlike and free to be beautiful and free to have fun and free to be me, without going through the Crone phase and the literal death phase too. And I really want us to embrace our Crone phase more. So I'm actually going to be offering something special. I'm actually going to be offering something special. I'm going to be doing sexuality coaching and life phase coaching, crossroads coaching, getting you through different life phases coaching. And so this is based on the phases of Maiden, Mother, Crone. And it all fits in with all my work that I do, the Reiki, Mother Training, Heaven on Earth Reiki, Isis Reiki, Hozar Healers, Heaven on Earth. It's all tied in together. And so it's at a really exciting phase for me right now. I've been struggling because I've been in this Crone phase, and I don't feel like there's enough affirmation or support for when people are in this Crone phase. Because it's like, you know, it's your eldership. Somebody recently was like, "Ooh, you're saying that Crone wisdom. Like, I feel Crone energy all on you." And I was like, "Oh my God, she gets me. She sees me." Like, I felt so seen because it's a higher level of wisdom. It's not to say that like there's not higher levels of wisdom within the maiden and the mother phase as well, but it's a certain like not giving a fuckness and a certain toughness, and then also within that a disintegration that is happening in the Crone phase. Whew, I just got chills. Ooh, I feel we are on to something big. And see, this is on a tangent, but there is a lot of gratitude for the healer, for those that come to the healer to be healed, because those who come to the healer to be healed, they legitimize the healer. They legitimize the healer's existence, and they legitimize the healer's gifts. And when I say they legitimize the healer's existence, it doesn't mean that's like, oh, you know, it's not no self-sacrificing shit. It is just strictly that it's like, I know the reason for my existence, why I'm here, why I know the things that I do. And so we've gotten so twisted now, because you don't become a healer without going through that Crone phase. And you know, it's a consistent like it's a consistent life journey of traveling back through those phases again and again. And those are the moon phases. We travel through those phases every month. Like, real witches and real goddesses look different at different times of the month. We shape shift literally. And you know, and it's like, if you hold on to your status or yourself is as a certain aspect, you miss so much opportunities for transformation. And that transformation heals. It has a ripple effect, and it heals. It ripples through our bloodlines and through our planet. It heals because we are so full of our ancestors and our emotions and their emotions and all these outside energies and projections, excess, exorbitance, you know, like extra, everything's like so extra, and it's like we're filled with it in our organs, all these extra emotions. But it's just really because like what's real has not been acknowledged, and what's real is like these general phases of sex, death, rebirth, life, disintegration, you know, maiden, mother, crone. These aspects are like maiden, mother, crone, the waning, the waxing and the waning of who we are. It's like we're forced, something about the society, just we're forced so hard into a box that everybody's like constantly enforcing this upon one another, for parents to children, friends to other friends in their friend group. It's like, in order to really truly be unique and like of yourself, you have to just really like be careful with your influences and disconnect from a lot of stuff, because we are like, everything is everything. We are permeable. We're not separate from each other, and we spend a lot of time together. We become one. Like, and it's like, that's the thing too, is that we are all on this planet spending eternity together. We are one. We have become one. And everyone is our healer. The healer is not being the healer is not being the healer in isolation. The healer is healing to become healed. And this is so special, such a special moment when so many healers are discovering your gifts, because like a part of you that has been hurting is now has the opportunity to be healed and get the medicine that it needs. And you can only get that through allowing yourself to receive. And that's part of the Crone phase. Like, you receive your wisdom in the Crone phase. You receive your wisdom. And what that means is that you integrate your wisdom. You take it into you. And you let it become a part of you. Hey, y'all. Hey. Oh, yeah. I have not been paying attention to you guys. Sorry. What y'all talking about? Hello from New Jersey. Hey, I'm from Texas, Libra. Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey. Death is looked at as such a taboo experience. It should be looked at as a change, as a cycle, change, new beginning. Yes. I love Crone energy because you come full circle. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Jersey love. Yes, y'all. This message is not for everybody. Oh, boy. Because we're really working with our solar plexus chakras. And in the Crone phase, you pull back. Like, Crone phase is where you've been with everybody and now you're alone. You know, it's the grandmother who gets her own apartment after living with her kids and their kids for most of her life. It's that energy. It's solitude, embracing yourself and becoming really full of yourself. And with the what I was saying about the healer needing those that come to them to be healed, because it's like people think it's the other way around. They think that the people that need to be healed need the healer. It's both, though, because the healer can't be the healer without having someone to heal. And a lot of people always want to object to the language of healer and healing and things like that, or it gets overused or whatever. But the thing is, it's like, yes, exactly. Nobody's healing anybody. But what you're allowing is a healing to occur. And people are hurting. A lot of people are hurting, and they're hurting really, really bad, and they're hurting so badly that they make it other people's problems all the time, and they lash out, and people are so hurt that they're going to hurt other people. It's not a question of if they're going to hurt you, it's a question of when they're going to hurt you and how are they going to hurt you. And for these reasons, it's really important to, like, gauge what you can handle and what you can't handle, because everybody's different, you know, and what's too triggering for you might be like just triggering enough for somebody else. So it's really important to know yourself, and a lot of times we don't even get the chance to know ourselves. Like, women, people in general, don't really even get the chance to know themselves until Crone phase. A lot of times, like, until Crone phase, that's when people are like discovering things about themselves that they didn't know before, because it's always, the rest of the life has always been about pleasing everybody else and making sure that everybody else's needs were met. When people go straight from maiden to mother, and they really never had a chance to even enjoy being the maiden because their sexual energy was commodified from the beginning. Maiden phase is when you're supposed to enjoy your sexual energy. And for a lot of us, that phase is just so short. It's just so short, if it even exists at all. So we actually don't get to learn how to enjoy our sexual energy until Crone phase, and until you can even get through Crone phase to get back to maiden phase. It's not just like, time is infinite. It's not just the years of our life that I'm talking about, but I'm talking about energetically and emotionally and spiritually, the different things that we go through. You know? Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. I know I'm silly. You get to really be yourself in Crone phase, and it just feels really good. And part of it is like an awareness of your body and your aches and pains too, because we might have been moving so fast in the other phases that we didn't stop to take those into account, but now we feel the different aches and pains. And this is what energy healing is necessary for. And if you guys didn't know, I teach energy healing. Everything that I offer is on my website, so go check it out, hosearehealers.com. And just know right now we're full. Like, our organs are so full of our emotions that haven't been expressed that it's making us sick. And it will manifest as chronic illness, physical pain, mental illness, and things like that. But it's an energy imbalance, and it's an excess of energy that needs to be released. And you can do it yourself with energy medicine. You don't need, like, I stopped myself because I don't want to get caught up, but I was about to say you don't need medical attention necessarily. I mean, I'm not a licensed physician, so this is not medical advice in that part. This is energy advice, and my advice to you and my reasons for how I feel is because energy medicine is the ancient medicine. It was the only medicine at first. Okay, and it's through energy medicine that herbs and plants talk to us. It's through our intuition that herbs tell people what they're used for. Like, all of this has an origin point, and the origin is energy, and that's why I always take us back there, and that's where we will always return back to in these talks, in these topics. Okay, that's why I teach energy work, and that's why I emphasize that. Everyone should know how to do this for themselves. And a lot of people think they're doing energy work, and they're actually being worked on. And don't listen to me. I might be working on you too. Don't believe what I say. Discern for yourself. Because there's like ways that energies are vibrational match for one another. What is that? And so you will easily link up with, like, I always there's certain red flags, you know, and it's like if you have certain red flags, you'll easily link up with people that match those red flags in some type of way. So you gotta know what your red flags are and just avoid those situations. Do something to get through them. So it's like either avoidance, handling the obstacle head on, going around it, which is a form of avoidance. You know, you could just turn back the other way and really avoid the shit, but on our spiritual journey, it's definitely necessary to keep going. Like, this thing ain't gonna stop. Once you set the intention to heal, you're guaranteed that is your path now. And turning back and saying, okay, no, I'm not gonna heal, that's like not a good option. So, Crone is where you really get to take care of yourself, you know. And this is the phase that I'm going into now. So this is what I really wanted to talk about with you guys. So let me hit this bowl first. It's a teddy bear. It's a teddy bear or a honey bear, whatever you want to, depending on how you want to look at it, whatever you want to call it. It's a bubbler. It's got rose water in it, and it tastes amazing. And my weed is laced with Egyptian blue lotus, which gives a little sedative effect. It's really nice. So one of the things I've embraced with myself is that am who I am, and I love what I love, and I be how I be. The spirit of indecision will have you like questioning yourself and second guessing yourself, or feeling like there's a wrong way to be, but there's literally like no wrong way for you to be unless you're not being yourself. And when I tackled the fear of being liked, which I posted an excerpt from that live stream that I did last summer today, and I was talking about how the fear of being liked will hide ourselves because we're afraid to be liked, because we don't want to be made a target, or we don't want to outshine others and then have no one. And that's a very, very real fear. And I definitely can tell that I've unlocked a new level in allowing myself to receive love and allowing myself to be loved. And a huge part of that was rejecting love that wasn't good love, and that didn't let me be me, and that had to perform and show up a certain way to receive it. And I'm not willing to do that, because I'm not willing to do that for the rest of my life. And looking at it through the lens of the Crone, like, what am I gonna look back on my life and be satisfied with? And earning love and trying to convince people to see me is not it. And hiding from my essence and my real self, and like not letting myself live a great life and have everything I want is not it. It's not it, you know. And like our desires, we have them for a reason. We're supposed to have them, and we're supposed to be emotional, and people are supposed to love us through it. We're not supposed to be alone all the time, and it's not always toxic to like want to be attached to somebody, because that's how we survive as humans. How else are we gonna survive, you know? But it's like, you know, we're healing from toxic attachment wounds, and like, you know, overgiving and trying to earn love and having other people take advantage of that, because yes, people will take advantage of that, and happily so. But it's also, that doesn't mean that the love wasn't real. But at the same time, like, a lot of people don't know how to love, like, and you actually have to try to learn. It's not just a given, you know, especially when you're living outside the status quo. You want something different, you know. Like, I think a lot of sex workers struggle with, and people in general just struggle with transactional relationships, and like feeling like needing to get something out of it, or like, you know, I think a lot of people have a hard balance with relationships, specifically sex workers, when it comes to relationships, and feeling like this is work. It has to not feel like work, but at the same time, it's gonna be work. But the reason why certain relationships that sex workers try to get in after doing sex work, or, you know, aside from doing sex work, they feel like work, is because you're still being a false self. You're still masking. You're still not being yourself. You're still not telling the truth to that person. You're not being authentic with them, because on some level there's something that you want to get out of the situation, and on some level there's something that they want to get out of the situation. And so typically with the masculine and feminine dynamics, like, the feminine wants security and safety and, you know, somebody that's going to protect and provide, while the masculine wants someone who's going to nurture and to provide physical comfort. So people have to overthink, how are they going to get these needs met from each other? But the thing is, you shouldn't really have to overthink. When you're healthy in those dynamics, it will flow. And if it's not flowing, it's because you're not healthy. But it's not a stigma. It's not nothing wrong that you're not healthy. It's just you're suffering because you're at risk for suffering from society, and that's not fair. And you should have compassion for yourself, and other people should have compassion for you too. And you deserve to be in environments in which you can have that, and that's peace, and that's where prosperity can grow, and where green, lush valleys flow with rivers and rivers underneath. And there's these images that are natural that we get disconnected from ourselves, because it's the natural imagery and classic imagery of a river flowing at the bottom of a lush green valley. And this is a symbol, especially in the desert or in a rough climate, of fertility. Just like the waters flowing from the valley of between our thighs. And see, for me, as I unlock a new level within myself of fertility and ability to bring forth that which is sacred from within me, I am so uncomfortable. I feel all the places in my body where my energy is knotted up, or it's being used or siphoned, taken from me, where I'm holding things for others, or even other entities attached to me or inside me, trying to get into and attach to me and inside me. I'm not constantly clear, because I'm constantly clearing. So it's always coming up. There's always more from the abyss to be addressed. The abyss does not run out of abyss. The abyss is everlasting. And that's why we have the balance of these cycles. So I go all full into the abyss and into the Crone death energy. Let myself die to myself completely, so that I can completely be reborn more sexually free than I was before, and that includes creatively. So because I now have allowed myself to die to myself, and I let myself feel these burdens that I've been carrying, and these attachments that I've been serving that I didn't even know about before, and that feels uncomfortable. But the thing is that if this was 10 years ago, that would have manifested as chronic pelvic pain for me. So your pussy is always pointing to the solutions, and sometimes it's trying to tell you, your body, like not just your pussy, you guys, but your whole body is always trying to tell you all the time what's going on with you. And when it's chronic pelvic pain, it's screaming at you to pay attention. Any chronic pain is screaming at you to pay attention. And now we could unconsciously move through it through medicating. And I'm not saying you shouldn't medicate. Like, you should definitely medicate, but I advocate conscious sobriety, which is not actually sobriety. It's just conscious usage of substances, because that's medicinal and spiritual and therapeutic. But what's not conscious, medicinal, spiritual, or therapeutic, in my opinion, is the way that these mad scientists work on people and try to see what it'll do. And I don't think that's right. And this is why we do energy healing, and this is why we call it heaven on earth, and this is why we emphasize the whole shit, because sex workers are closer to this than anybody else, but we are also closer to that internalized whorephobia than anybody else. And we'll be the first ones to stop ourselves. And that's why so many people, like, I always thought that would be me. I always thought one day I'll never talk about this again. Like, because it's like, but it's like, it's just so much to it. It's the shame and the stigma, and it's the reason why we organize, is because it should not be like that, because this is literally our role in society. It's like a natural role. It's a natural role that so many of us go through. If you're like a person of color, a woman of color, a queer person, if you've experienced family violence, like, and it's like, you're not, I talked about this before, but it's like, we're not in this lifestyle or doing these things just out of nowhere. It's like, there's a whole grooming that has taken place, And this grooming, in some of our cases, has taken place over generations. So we really, like, if we're going to talk about this, we really need to talk about it, you know? And I think that a lot of people just make assumptions if they see me organizing, or if, you know, they even just hear the name Hosar Healers, they might just assume, like, this is pro sex work with no nuance. But I'm just very nuanced. Like, I'm just very nuanced with it. I can't help it. Things are not black and white to me. I am me. So yes, y'all. I think it's really important for us to validate our own nuance, and don't get caught up in other people's assumptions or what you assume they assume. But through making this space for myself in my crone phase, where I'm letting myself die to myself, I'm letting myself be myself, and for that I will be able to receive more love, because I love it here. It's a cat. Because I let myself receive more love, because I'm being more authentically me. If I'm not being me, I can't get the love. The love isn't going to me. You guys are gonna hear me sound like a broken fucking record, because people do not fucking listen. So you have to repeat shit a million times and drill it into their head before they listen. But I'm just so content and so at peace with life. And this is after I sat up for hours last night just feeling like shit, just feeling like utter shit, and there was nobody I could call to make it better. It was just with me. It was just my shit with me. There was nothing I could do to make it better. Retail therapy. Oh, speaking of therapy, wait, what time is my appointment? As I say, retail therapy can't make it better. I have art therapy today, actual therapy. I have a therapist that I see bi-weekly, and it's art therapy. So I draw while I'm doing the session. And it's free, thanks COVID. COVID was a stimulus boost for me, but I'm glad that I didn't do the unemployment shit or that other. I never got one of those loans, you guys, because I was too scared, because I thought for sure they'll try to call me a scammer and fuck with me or in some kind of way. So I just didn't. I just left it alone, and now I heard that they're telling people that they need to pay their unemployment back, and I was like, wow. I tried to apply for it, but I just felt like unsure. I work for myself, so I was just unsure about how to do that, even though I know you can. And I had an independent contractor. I was an independent contractor too, but this is part of letting yourself be loved, is like letting people help you with things that you're not good at. And that it should be normal for people, but if you're a survivor of sexual abuse, childhood sexual abuse, and you called out your family, it's probably not normal for you. And it's so hard, you guys. And it's like there's a phase that's ending right now for me, which is like really important to me in my life, and it's the development of this brand of Heaven on Earth Hosar Healers. And so we're growing, and so part of what's happening is I'm gonna be coaching people one-on-one that I can offer an extremely high level of connection and support to, which is very necessary as you're moving through these phases, because a lot of people don't have the support they need, and then a lot of people aren't equipped to offer that kind of support. So it was really important for me to start a school and start teaching. And so many people came to me and wanted to learn how I was doing what I was doing. And, it led me down a whole rabbit hole. People, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen a lot. And like, it's been hard, but at the same time, I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. I love showing up here. I love watching my old videos. A lot of times I'll finish, because it's like we're constantly purging this like residual like yuck. And that's what I was talking about in my stories, was like a lot of healers that I work with and me personally have been purging this toxic sludge. It's like, it looks like oil, and it's just like gelatinous and bubbly and nasty, and it's coming from inside, and it's just like so much negativity that we've taken in about ourselves, and we're purging it so that we can be crystals and be in the light, really, really be in the light, and take the energy into us from the sun and the earth. Like, there's just so much warmth and magnetism that is ours, but we keep ourselves from it out of fear. And you know, you can tell that you're suffering from this if you're resisting, you're in Crone phase. You know, you're in Crone phase, you're resisting touch, you're resisting connection, you're resisting yourself, you're resisting like carnal pleasures, or even just like sensory pleasures like food. You know, you might be called to fast, and it's a call to tune in deeper to what you really need, because whatever's around is not cutting it, no matter how great it is. And this is the basis for reincarnation. This is the basis for death and reincarnation and rebirth. Okay? And it helps to have somebody that supports you through this. Now I still am learning my own lessons, so I'm not nobody's fucking savior, but I am a partner in this journey. I'm not here to save anybody, and I can't perform. I can't be a fake person. That's what I learned. I can't be a fake person to make people like me. I can't like be who I think I'm supposed to be, or who other people want me to be. Like, I'm just me. I'm just gonna be me. And you know, I feel the need to like rub that in people's faces from time to time, because I don't want people projecting shit on me. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I think, you know, if you actually make the space to listen. And that's one of the reasons why I love connecting with you guys in this format, is because you sit with me and taking the time to really let this unfold. And it's like we have a topic, we dive into a topic, but the way that the topic unfolds and the places that it takes us to is truly healing. And this is why I say that it's just one conversation with me will change your life. It's healing. And this is who I am, because I am a I hate speaking English. I was about to say I am a preacher. I hate that word. There's something yucky about that word. And this is the thing that we're dealing with too, is that people are indoctrinated into this like I was talking about earlier. It's like it's not supposed to be a parasitic or parasocial relationship between healer and the healer's constituency. Constituency is the people you serve. But service is not like I'm less than you, and you know, I'm below you. I'm the slave class that serves you, like the servant class that serves you. No, because that's what a lot of people don't understand about sex work and spirit work and service work, and the way that this world works and is set up. So it's a difference between that kind of concept of servitude versus actual service of humanity. And service of humanity involves channeling all of who you are, your essence, embodying your essence. And you embodying your essence inherently makes a space for you to be in the world, be free, be connected, be felt, be faithful to you and faithful to your mission, faithful to those who are faithful to you. And it gives you purpose and positionality, a position in society to serve. So some people are gifted with these certain high positions in society. It's always been like that ever since there was a society, and it's always been based around spirituality, prayer and spirituality. hierarchies, society. I'm uncomfortable speaking the light language now. Oh my god, holy shit. Everybody's going crazy. See, this is how you know cats are aliens. They love light languages. That cat started going nuts when I started doing that. His ears moving around like a satellite. You could tell I was about to start speaking my light languages when I started saying I hate speaking English. So special for us to have this access to these light languages, because then we can speak English freely, because we know we have an alternative even if we are cut off from our mother tongue. And please understand me when I speak. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know everything what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's so discouraging that some people will just look at me and say, oh, she don't know, she's not spiritual, she's not gifted, she's not a healer, she can't be, she doesn't know. It's like, and that's what the validation of those who come to the healer to be healed is affirming my existence is for a reason. It's not pointless. And it's symbiotic. It's a reciprocal relationship. We reciprocate, because I am that I am. We are together. I am because we are. Because I am part of this with you. We're all part of this. And I think that's one really special gift that I give my clients and my students and people that connect with me in any kind of way, is just that knowing that you're not alone here. And it's a time where people have seen millionaire and rich ass preachers, like getting a level of a lifestyle that was like really different than their followers, and put them completely in a whole different class, and without a desire to bring them with them. They wanted to keep that class boundary and maintain that. And that's why you can't really leave money out of the conversation about spirituality, because people will be like, I manifested it, and the whole time they're a millionaire. It's a lot easier to manifest things when you already someone in your bloodline has already manifested $1 million and shared it. And then if they shared it with you, that's totally different from someone who lost everything and never got it back and had to scrimp and save, and we're just hurting. I mean, when you think about this centuries of brutality. But thanks, you guys. So I think one thing for me that has been a challenge has been being, from a young age, saying like, I see how people hurt other people for money, and I'll never be like them. And I've seen how people hurt me, people that I loved hurt me for money and about money, because of money. And that this is generational. Like, so it's not that it's not about the fact, it's like okay, it's not about money being evil or anything like that. It's that it's used as a tool to do evil, because it's a form of mental bondage and slavery. Because in another life, we would have everything we needed abundantly off of the earth, and we were a lot more connected with our earth. And so we would be eating fruit off the fruit trees, and like sleeping on the ground and around animals all the time. Like, we would be part of the animal kingdom, not so separate from it, And then there's different things that developed over time of human history, and they were the stories that are the most pervasive are the ones that say that it was like humanity's fault for being sinful which basically it was humanity's fault for wanting to have sex. But all the people that are like forcing this point of view on everybody are actual molesters, and not only are they're not just regular molesters, they're spiritual molesters. They do rituals, all right, and these are all the people. And so people started finding that out, and a lot of people didn't want to believe it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no reason to lie, and plus I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But again, like I said, don't believe anything. Don't believe it. Like, don't believe me. Don't believe anything anybody tells you. Just know if it feels true. Do not believe anything people tell you. That's another thing is that another thing is that you guys, people, just like the whole thing with the two famous Hollywood pedophile ring people that have been in the news. If you don't know about it, Google it if you can still. And it just goes to show you so clearly how people move from being the victim to the perpetrator all the time. And so people will try to accuse me of, because I talk about shit, recruiting, trying to be recruiting, or people always do that when you create. It's good to be skeptical, because there are a lot of brands out here that are not, they're not founded by sex workers. They're founded to exploit sex workers, but they'll make it look like they're founded by sex workers. But now, because it's popular and cool, people want to jump on the bandwagon. But some of us are the reason why it is cool. We're the ones that made it cool. We made it cool. I made it cool to be a healer hoe. I'm not the only one, obviously, but goddamn, my impact on the culture is undeniable. So yeah, you got Crone. You got to know yourself, and that's what Crone is for. It's like knowing yourself so deeply that you can completely die to yourself, because you have hidden no part of yourself from yourself, and have gone so deep into the shadows that you've died, because there's nothing left to do there but die. One of my gifts, which feels like a curse sometimes, is to see the shadow side so deep. Like, I can see the shadow side so deep, and people around me sometimes hate this because I see their flaws so intimately. But the thing is that I still love them for that, and that's why I have to be very selective with the people that I'm around, because a lot of people will project that on me because they know, people. Have you guys ever had somebody do something to you, but then they accused you of doing it, and treated you like shit, even though they actually did it to you and you didn't treat them like shit? This is like an empath curse. Although I don't agree with empath, because empath, that's a identity that's exploited. They exploit your empathy. This whole narcissist empath dynamic is like, if you consider yourself an empath, you need to become a narcissist. And that will entail taking complete control of your life and your life experience, and listening to your intuition and following it completely for you to live the best life possible for you. Because engaging with a binary consciousness of empath versus narcissist will keep you trapped in a victimhood state, and you'll never be able to be happy. And it's because it's an actual entity. It's a stronghold. Narcissist, empath, binary is a stronghold. That'd be like, yeah. Let's get that off of you. I never do this. So I always make you guys pay me for energy work. I swear to God. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sometimes you gotta do shit for free. Like, you know, you just gotta do shit for the love of it sometimes. Oh, and you gotta trust what you get back also, because the universe does not leave nothing out. Oh yeah, you guys, we're healing together. I feel it. And if you guys have been having lower back pain or like mid back pain, it's not if you've been having any back pain in your mid or lower back, it's not back pain, it's organ pain. It's your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, and your intestines and your lungs. And excuse me. And of course your heart is all connected to that, and all of your cranial nerves are connected to that too. So if you're having neck and headaches, neck and muscle tension, then it's all connected to that. It's your organs. It's your organs. It was your organs the whole time. Everybody thought it was their muscles. No, it was your organs the whole time. Everybody thought it was your organs the whole time. Why do you think that they overemphasize muscles and musculature all the time in this society? I wonder why. You know, no, it was your organ. Why would they de-emphasize organs? I wonder why. Think about it and get back to me. I'm not going to tell you guys everything, and that's what is important, because as a teacher, the more a teacher actually teaches, the more limiting that is for the students. And a lot of people will get so mad. A lot of my students have gotten so mad at me for not being the teacher that they needed me to be or wanted me to be. But that's the thing. I wasn't what they wanted, but I was what they needed. Because people, you have to come through with your self-reliance. You have to come through with your gifts. And I'm laughing because it's funny how mad people will get. It's funny how mad people will get, because people are heavily indoctrinated into this like achievement culture. I mean, even, you know, people are mad and confused that they certify themselves and they initiate themselves in the Reiki class. I grew into that from teaching a different way, and I saw how much of an imposition it was. I was imposing my energy, my information, and my knowledge on somebody else. That's mine. It's not necessarily for them, but what's for them will surely flow through me as I am learning and applying my own wisdom and intuition for myself in my own life. And then I am open to receive what is good for me. Okay? And this is what is good for me. Because what some people think that they need or want out of a healer is somebody to listen to all their problems, or even out of a friend is somebody to listen to all their problems, even out of a partner, a kid, a parent, whoever. They think that what they want and what they need is somebody to listen to them and make them feel better. That's not always what you actually need. You don't always actually need someone to listen to you and make you feel better. Sometimes you actually need to listen to yourself and make yourself feel better and change your life, make decisions that support what you want instead of being a victim to everybody else and feeling what everybody else wants you to feel, because it's your life. But it takes a whole recalibration of your sacral chakra and your solar plexus chakra, especially the solar plexus chakra, and that is encompassing all of your organs and your liver, your kidneys, your bladder, all of your organs and your whole gut is encompassed with the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra. And then you have the heart chakra, and I mean the solar plexus chakra is right there up under your heart. Okay, so it's all connected. You gotta love yourself more. You gotta love yourself more than you ever have before. This is what it takes to grow and level up. And everybody wants to talk about leveling up, but they don't know what the fuck it actually entails, because they're looking at it from a materialistic standpoint. No. I have already started offering this Ascension Alchemy coaching to assist you in the Ascension leveling up higher planes of consciousness, but I haven't told anybody about it or promoted it. I just put it on my website and just like I don't even know. I just have so much going on right now. because this is what is happening right now, is for me, is a level up. And I've been looking at it as if it's like, it's not about being better than anybody, including being better than who you were before. It's just different. It's just different. It's not a hierarchy at all. And it's like a certain sense of superiority that a lot of people hate about spiritually inclined people and people who talk about those things. And it's like, yes, I am bougie, and it's time for me to